You're standing at the edge of a cliff, looking at the distant horizon of your dreams. You think you need a giant leap to get there, a miracle, a lucky break, but I'm here to tell you something that might shock you. The cliff isn't real, there is no single leap to success. Instead, there's a path made of stones. And every single day, you are either placing another stone firmly on that path, or you're kicking one away. The stones seem small, insignificant. You think, what difference does one stone make? But the path to your future is made entirely of these stones. These are the little things that secretly build your success. Let me ask you a direct question. Think about yesterday. What did you do in those empty moments? The 5 minutes between meetings? The 60 seconds after you woke up but before you got out of bed? What was the very first thought you put into your mind? Was it intentional, or was it an accident? Most people live their lives on accident. They react, they respond, they let the world dictate their steps. But you're different. That's why you're here. You sense that there's a deeper game being played. And you're right. Today, we're not just talking about habits. We're talking about the hidden architecture of a legendary life. We're going to expose the 4 silent forces that are, right now, as you watch this, building your future, for better or for worse. First, we have the bedrock, micro standards. This isn't about being perfect. It's about identity. Every time you do something with a little more care than required, you are not just completing a task. You are conducting a ritual. You are telling the universe, and more importantly, telling yourself, this is who I am. Let's make it painfully practical. You finish a workout. You're tired. The weights are on the floor. The easy thing, the default thing, is to leave them there. I'll put them away later. But that single moment, that 3-second decision to re-rack the weight, is a vote. It's a vote for order over chaos. For discipline over laziness. For being a person who finishes what they start, all the way to the end. It's not about the weight. It's about the wiring in your brain. Every time you choose the higher standard, you are forging your identity in the fires of daily action. You are building a man or woman of substance, one tiny, intentional act at a time. Second, we have the engine, the invisible curriculum of consistency. Motivation is a myth. It's a fleeting emotion, as unreliable as the weather. Discipline, on the other hand, is a skill. And consistency is how you practice it. I want you to imagine 2 fields. In one field, a man shows up when it's sunny and pleasant. He works for 10 hours straight, then disappears for 2 weeks when it rains. In the other field, a woman shows up every single day, rain or shine. She only works for 30 minutes. But she's there, every single day. Which field do you think will flourish? The answer is obvious. The power isn't in the occasional burst. The power is in the relentless, unglamorous, daily showing up. This is the invisible curriculum. You are the field, and your future is the harvest. You cannot expect a bounty from sporadic effort. The soil of your potential requires daily tending. Now, let's talk about the silent thief. The one you invite into your house every day. This is the third force, the hidden cost of small neglect. We've all done it. We skip one workout. It's just one. We eat one junk meal. It doesn't matter. We tell one white lie. It's easier this way. But here is the brutal, unvarnished truth. Neglect is not neutral. It is an active force. It is a vote for a weaker version of yourself. Every time you let a small standard slide, you are not standing still. You are moving backward. Think of your willpower, your integrity, your self-trust as a pristine, white wall. Every act of neglect is a smudge of grease, a dark mark. One smudge is barely visible. But over a week, a month, a year, the wall becomes black, grimy, unrecognizable. You become a person who makes excuses instead of keeping promises. To others, but most damningly, to yourself. This is how potential dies. Not in a fiery explosion, but in a silent, slow decay of 1,000 tiny surrenders. Finally, the master key. The one most people never see. The fourth force, the alchemy of the in-between. Your life is not defined by your meetings, your workouts, or your big projects. Your life is defined by what you do in the spaces in between. The interstitial moments. The 45-second elevator ride. The 2-minute wait for your coffee. The 60 seconds of silence after you park your car. This is no man's land. This is where most people flee to distraction. They pull out the phone. They scroll. They numb out. They escape the silence. But the masters, they see these moments for what they are, pockets of pure potential. This is where you can practice the alchemy of turning empty time into golden awareness. Instead of scrolling, you can take 3 deep, intentional breaths. Instead of numbing out, you can ask one powerful question: what is the most important thing I can do next? Instead of rushing, you can simply pause and feel your feet on the ground. In these moments, you are not doing. You are being, and in that being, you reclaim the most precious resource of all, your attention. You become the driver of your life, not a passenger. So here is the ultimate truth. Your destiny is not a lottery ticket. It is a living structure, and you are the builder. Every single minute, you are holding a brick in your hand. You get to choose. Do you lay it with care, with intention, with purpose? Or do you toss it aside, thinking it doesn't matter? The wall you are building is the boundary between the life you have and the life you want. And it is made of these moments. The call to action is now. Not tomorrow, not Monday, the next small choice you make after this video ends. That is your first brick. Place it wisely. If this resonated with you, if you felt that stir in your chest, then you know what to do. Like this video if it unlocked something for you. Subscribe if you want to continue building this path with us. And in the comments, I want you to declare one, in between, moment you will claim as your own today. Make it public. Make it real. The journey of 1,000 miles begins not with a step, but with the decision to tie your shoelaces properly. Let's begin.